Hey, so let me give you a quick rundown of what I'm looking for on this website. So real quick, the color palette that I'm using is this one, right? So it's black, orange, khaki, and baby powder. These are the four colors that I'm using for this color palette, and that's pretty much what's been sort of used here. The allocation of these colors could be changed around, but this is the central color palette because I like the black makes it a bit more modern, and then the orange gives it a bit of like a pop. So I kind of like that. The design of where this site came from, it's from this website, right? So it's pretty much a one-to-one comparison of this website. It's not a website per se, it's a landing page, right? It has lots of animations, which my site doesn't have. But this is really pretty much what I'm really going for. A landing page meaning pretty much that it should be like a walkthrough of the service. And so the centerpiece of the entire website is not animation, it's not pictures, but it's the actual text, right? And so that's why the text is so big. I like this website. I think it's pretty nice, and so that's why I'm trying to sort of build off something similar. And let's sort of jump into my website then. The header, so this is what it is for now. The button paddings and stuff, I kind of like it that way. So I think I'd want to keep it this way because I think it looks pretty modern. And it's also big enough that people can like actually see it. The contrast here could probably be edited so that it's a bit clearer, especially because there it's black and there it's white, right? So probably it's best to put this as white as well. All of the buttons, I enable smooth scrolling, right? So it's a bit fast, could probably be slowed down a bit, but that's pretty much it. And then let's sort of go into the changes now that I really want to see on this website. So I created a list here. The first one is the hovering this right. So I want to change the background on this because this blue doesn't make sense here. So that makes sense. I need to change that. And then I only want this hover to start showing, like there's already view pricing and book a call here, so it doesn't need to be here twice. I want it to start showing sort of at this point, right? And then we could take off this book a call button because it's already there. But sort of at this point, I want it to start showing. And then once I scroll, it should always be here. And then once I get to this point, it should stop scrolling. So it should then go down. And then there's already the book a call option there. And then you could sort of scroll, use it again. And then here, it should stop again, right? So that's sort of the plan for this section. The second thing is the image downsizing. So for all of these images, they're just too big, right? Like these are just too huge. If you look on the original inspiration website, the images, like these images are quite big, but these ones are much smaller. They sort of allow the full page to have a bit of padding there. In this one, it's just taking up the full page. So I want to make these smaller, all of them, right? So all of these images that for, even this one is too big, you can't read the entire image, so that would be smaller as well. This one as well, it needs to be smaller so you can actually read it. Like if I scroll down here, where's that section here? Right, I can actually read it and like understand what's going on. No more worrying about and these, right? So that's what I'm really looking for there. Uh, this section, it doesn't even work, right? Because it's not animated. I mean, well, it's not an actual, it's just a CSS style. So it's not the actual cards or something like that. So this needs to be set up properly. Probably about 3 cards is fine here. On this website, if I go here, it's pretty cool, but I'm sort of open to other options as well, right? That makes it pretty nice. But yeah, so this needs to be turned into cards. The other options, so the image downsizing, the case studies, tile fixing, the pricing column, right? So this needs to be lined up here. Also, the color of these checkbox items needs to be changed, right? To either be the orange or the khaki, but I think the orange would probably look much better. I like this secondary color as well, so we could use a secondary color here with the orange as the primary color, and then have all of this be lined up in these columns. The next section is how it works. The image, so these images here are left aligned. This one is right aligned. I want these to be centered as well, right? All of these should be centered there and there. And then get started with the free audit. So get started with free audit. Again, this background doesn't really make sense. I don't want to put a different background there as well as here. And then also this just doesn't look good, right? So this needs to be sort of looks much, this